our facilitator for this cohort is going to be Mr. Raj Bhatt, who he did his engineering in the 80s, which is the time when people were doing COBOL or Fortran or God knows what language. And I'm sure now Pascal, oh wow, that's great. And then after that, he did his MBA in the 90s. And give you a perspective, when he did his MBA, the Soviet Union was still a country. So that is how long, that is how much of how much experience he has in the field.
Harshad Mehta scam was still,
Harshad Mehta, yeah. Harshad Mehta was still the richest man in the country. So that's how much experience he has, and he's worked at. No, that's not old. But he's worked at Godrej, he's worked at Wipro, he's worked at multiple organizations with various hats. He has been there with the Wadhwani Foundation since 2010, I guess, and so has a deep passion about teaching people about entrepreneurship and teaching in general. And we will get to know more about him through a rapid fire session, which will happen at the end of today's class. But apart from that, I would like to bring on sir. Let's give it up for Raj sir. Let's give it up for him. Thank you.
Thank you, Vinayak. Thank you for and welcome everyone. I know Wednesday evening, 7 o'clock, not really a right time, to talk about anything in life, right? And we're talking about something that is probably of the least interest sometimes for some people, and for some people it's just curiosity, right, at this moment. So how many of you are here? Just raise your hands quickly to say, just I'm here because I'm just curious. Curious. I mean, not interested, but just kind of curious. Shubhrat is curious. Who else is curious? Curious. Avinash, very good. Nice. Who else? Kriti, are you curious? Curious. Okay, curious. Anupam is also curious. Okay, let me change this and say, forget curious. How many of you are serious about entrepreneurship? Let's see some hands raised. Okay, Ananya, serious. Okay, Saurav is serious. Okay, who else? Kriti, curious to be serious. Oh, that's nice. Avinash, yes. Subramanyam, that's right. Good. So we have a fairly balanced, audience kind of a thing in this whole cohort, from curious to serious. And I think if we were to define this session, maybe I'll just call it curious to serious kind of a thing. So, but let's not start with the serious part of it. We will eventually get that. Let's start with the curious part. Okay. So what are we going to do? I mean, of course, this is going to be weekly session, twice a week. We'll meet about 8 or 9 times over here. Yes, I belong to the age of the dinosaurs, probably, as far as probably technology is concerned. And I give that because the DOS was just the operating system that we had when we started. But I also take pride in the fact that I was probably one of the earliest internet entrepreneur in this country. I started an internet business right out of Wipro, where I was working in the year 1995. Okay, so internet had just come to India. I mean, 15th of August 1995, I think, is the official date for the internet in India. And I have a company that's registered on 5th of August. So I'm senior to internet in India by about 10 days. But okay, that's my only claim to fame. Life in the early days of the internet was very different. WWW was thought to be worldwide wrestling kind of a thing. Nobody had heard about anything called as websites. Nobody had heard about internet. And we'll talk about those stories at some point of time in our course, right? What is interesting for me is in this journey of being an entrepreneur for a very long period, about 15 years. And now 15 years almost with entrepreneurship promoting organization, probably one of the finest in the world, the Wadhwani Foundation. I've been grateful and thankful for having been associated with them right from the very beginning when the foundation was starting in India. Initially just as curious thoughts as you were to figure out why should people talk about entrepreneurship on campus? And that really got me interesting because nobody spoke to me about entrepreneurship on campus. How did I become entrepreneur? Maybe I don't know. Just stumbled down the rabbit hole, kind of a thing. I don't have a background in entrepreneurship. I don't have a family that really understood what starting a business up was. I didn't understand what starting up was. So yeah, I mean, kind of, been there, done that. If I were to kind of very look back glorifyingly and say, okay, I've been there, done that. But that was really, really an exciting journey. But it's just like imagine that you're sitting on a roller coaster and you don't know it's a roller coaster ride and you're not even strapped in. Okay, so uh, that's how exciting or dangerous, or I don't know. Sometimes I feel it's hilarious also to do that. So the attempt has always been to take some of the learnings that I had in life, combine it with some of the good stuff that people are doing out there. And today we have an amazing range of startups in this country, a great, vibrant environment. Wish I was now at least 20 years younger uh, than what I am, get really excited. And just today morning, just when the whole world was thinking that, ChatGPT is here to rule, we have something called ChatGPT 4, and which makes it more exciting because now you can even have image along with text that you can, give it to the system and it tries to do a lot of things. I haven't still explored what ChatGPT 4 is, but whatever I've been reading since morning, gets me pretty excited about it. How many of you are excited about the technology changes that are happening all around us? I mean, a lot of things are happening, right? 5G, I don't know. I mean, 5G is one thing. Crypto kind of came and went and then is again back. Chat GPT is kind of being very exciting that people are talking about nowadays. EVs are, kind of thing. So how many of NFTs? Yeah, Ananya, NFTs, well, NFTs have been there for a while, not really kind of created the excitement that some of the other technologies have done, but NFT is great if you come. So how many, just raise of hands, excited about technology? Quick raise of hands. I mean, you may not have a background, but you're very excited about what's happening with things around you. Saurav, yes. Who else? Ananya, yes, of course. That's all? Okay, maybe, okay. Avinash, Archal, Sudhir, thank you so much. Maybe it's the internet connection that's slow, that's, I can't get to sweet part. Okay, technology is exciting. How many of you are excited about the, Nipin, thank you. How many of you are excited about the opportunities that are out there? Forget technology, okay? Technology can be a driver. Technology can also be an opportunity to a certain time, but technology is more of a driver, in my opinion. It kind of drives businesses. But how many of you are excited about, the opportunities that are out there? Really excited. Shubhrat, Ananya again. Very good. So quickly, anybody wants to tell me what excites them about the opportunity that is there in the ecosystem? Forget the economy part of it. What is it that I mean, can the participants speak? Sudhanshu, I don't know how this works, but technology is enabled for me. Can they speak? Can they put up their mics and speak? Enabler, right, Shubhrat? Yes, technology has been an enabler, a great technology. Okay. My question was slightly different. I was just asking anyone, yes, what is it exciting about, the environment, the times that we are living in. We have just come out of a post-COVID world. There's a lot of exciting things happening out there, some good, some bad. So what really excites you? Because we are going to take this up as as something that we want to discuss today, and you guys will have to tell me whether this thing is visible. Give me a shout. Oops. Can I hear someone? Because I can't see anyone. So somebody will have to give me a shout. Yes, Raj, we can hear and see. Sorry, Sunita. Now, okay, I'll have to keep on toggling, right? This is yeah. I stopped the PPT because I couldn't hear anyone. So okay, so I guess I'm kind of audible over here. So let's kind of quickly move to what we want to do over here. So we want to look at the exciting world of entrepreneurship, right? And this is where I'm trying to get you in the last few minutes that we talked about. Probably, technology is exciting, opportunities are exciting, news is exciting. News is not so exciting sometimes, but kind of gets you started up in the morning when you read about a certain startup kind of, you know, raised a great amount of money. Somebody's been called as a unicorn. Unicorn, I mean, that was a term that was not even in existence probably in that startup terminology a few years back, but now I think everybody knows. And thanks to, programs like Shark Tank India, okay, and everybody's kind of getting what startups are about and getting what exciting. So at Vadvani Foundation, I think this is the right time. This is the right time that to talk to people, to get them to see the exciting world of entrepreneurship. Basically explore. It's not getting to know. We don't want to kind of sit at a level and pontificate and tell you things that, oh, look, these are so great things are happening out there. Part of it. We want this to be more uh, hands down and kind of roll up your sleeves uh, and get to do that. Okay, so the next 9 interactions that I'm going to have with you, I'll probably make sure that there is a lot of doable things and not we just don't end up talking about stuff. Talking is very easy, right? I mean, very, very, very easy for, and you can just, I mean, there's so many podcasts of happening and there's so many YouTube channels and people talk about stuff all the time, but we want to kind slightly go much beyond that and see if we can really get you to do that. So, okay, so let's start with let's start with uh, what I should say. Let's start with looking at stuff like where do you think entrepreneurship starts? I mean, what is that genesis, if we were to ask? Where is that? What is that starting point of entrepreneurship? Anybody wants to, you can just type it out and probably I'll kind of get it. What's the starting point? What a starting point. Is $1 million a starting point? Let me take the big monkey off everybody's shoulder, right? And if you want to start thinking that, okay, write me a check of $1 million and I'll figure out how to uh, run and do entrepreneurship. Maybe this is not the session because that is a big monkey on the shoulder and we've kind of talked about it so many times and I'm sure we'll do it. So let's take that monkey off the shoulder. That $1 million is not really the genesis. What is the genesis? Where do you think entrepreneurship starts? Quick responses in your chat. Okay, I can read the chat. So anybody wants to kind of venture out and say, this is what I need to get entrepreneurship started? Money is important. I'm not taking money off the table. I'm not even saying that you need to start without money, but I strongly believe and seen this up close and personal that money doesn't enable or money doesn't start entrepreneurship. So what starts entrepreneurship? What is it that no one? Okay, several people are typing. Is my internet connection slow or something that I probably not?
So there are a few responses in the chat. So can I tell you the responses? Maybe if you
Yeah, but
want.
why can't I see it? Why can't I see it? Because I'm on the other screen and I'm trying to read the chats. It just shows me that several people. Any case, good, good, good. I'm sure there are people. I feel COVID has restructured my prospect of thinking. Lakshya Rajput, lot of people, including myself, yours truly, have gone through this change of a thinking process part of it. Nothing wrong with that. Okay, it is a once in a lifetime event. Good that it happened at a time where we were able to manage it fairly okay. Okay, so COVID did change a lot of people's perspectives over here. So let's kind of move this needle forward and kind of look at one way of you know looking at this opportunity, right? And this is what I mean. This image is what I mean. This is probably one of the scenes that happens on every road, everywhere, somewhere, anywhere in India. We just pass by it and we don't even look at it, right? Part of it. So what is it? I mean, why does that slide say spot the opportunity? Is there an opportunity? I mean, is there an opportunity in probably garbage or I don't know, cattle walking on the street, stuff like that? Anybody wants to kind of say, "Ki, why does this image probably says, opportunity exists?" What happens? And this has got nothing to do with technology, right? It's nothing to do with 5G and it's nothing to do with Chat GPT-4 or whatever it is. I mean, this has been there probably for last 50 years or more, stuff like that. So what is this opportunity all about? So yeah, don't seem to be able to kind of read the chats, Vinayak. So if you can
All
quickly
right,
share
sir.
out.
So I'll quickly keep explaining the chat. So one is yes, plastic waste to
Oh,
reusable plastic,
okay. Okay,
and
suddenly I got all the chat. Okay, yeah, okay.
oh,
Yeah, go ahead. Still, you can read it, no problem. Okay, Dikshita says waste segregation, circular economy, right? Plastic waste to reusable plastics, yeah, right. Segregation of garbage, right? That's right. Anybody wants to venture on the cow angle of the picture? Unless it kind of ruffles somebody's figure, but cows could also become a problem. A lot of them hanging around the countryside today. Could have certain implications. Yes, one way to look at opportunity is to look at the most simplest of things around us, right? I mean, very simplest of things around us. Just look around and say, okay, if this is happening, is there an opportunity? Is it good? Of course, I'm sure as Indians, we would feel very proud that this is happening in countryside all around us. You'll say, "Arey, kya hai? Kya desh hai? What country is this?" Cows are on the street sniffing garbage and stuff like that. One way of looking at a thing is bad, and the other way of looking at, uh, the thing is that this could be a huge opportunity going forward. Let me change the picture, okay? Let me change the picture and probably. You know okay, this looks more orderly, right? And this looks something um, which is looks clean and looks something that can happen. That's probably you've been experienced this part of it. Okay, and this is what this just shows that, okay, this looks like some doctor's clinic or a doctor's waiting room, and there's a lot of patients out there. Somebody's trying to manage something out there. So this also looks a very familiar picture, but we are not so sure if there is an opportunity around this. So what if I told you that somewhere early or late 2000, maybe 8, 9, I don't know. Sunita is here; she can correct. There was this very, very young boy who came through one of our uh, Vadhvani Foundation programs. Just like you are here, got excited about it. His father, he was a student of NIT Suratkal, and his father happened to be a doctor. So some magic happened in the Advani Foundation program that he probably attended. He went home. He said, "Okay, this looks like I'm going to get excited about it. Though I'm just a student, final year doing NITK Suratkal. and my father, and I've seen this thing happen so many times. Part of it, this boy goes back and codes uh, codes a very simple software that helps his dad manage patients, in the clinic part of it. So we call it a clinic management software, written very simple, probably using Excel sheets and a few macros here and there. The product works so well that father goes out and talks to his friends, and suddenly he has a huge deluge of doctors who come and buy this software part of it, and the software gets traction, and the boy pivots this business into one of the first businesses that help people find doctors all around them and helps them connect. A business called, okay, I wish I could give a award for someone. I just described a very successful business today. Very, very successful. I'm sure if you hear the name, you will say, wow, this is it. Vinayak Joshi, you're not supposed to answer. Okay, you are an insider in this program. Any case, okay, full marks to Vinayak Joshi. Yes, Vinayak Joshi, that business is called Practo. And we're very proud to say that somewhere the spark, somewhere the seed of entrepreneurship was put in in one of the sessions that we did at the foundation part of it. Practo is a great business, of course, pivoted very successfully from being a clinical management software to a full-fledged, doctor and patient discovery platform. And I think it's now even morphed into delivering medical services, delivering things like that. So Practo's gone, of course, a very successful business, still around, still doing extremely well, part of it. So the point that I'm trying to make out over here, and this is where I want to draw everybody's attention, is that there are opportunities everywhere. Okay, you just need to have that perspective, to have that look at how do I do it. You don't need, I mean, my favorite example has always been like Javed Habib. And we can always deride a business and think that, oh, what is it? It's a hair cutting salon kind of a business, and I don't think see a lot of opportunity. I don't think it can kind of scale up into anything significant. And here you have a Javed Habib, 4,500 outlets across the country, premium hair cutting businesses, all powered by technology, all run very efficiently, profitably done, part of it, right? And then you take any simple businesses, okay? You take businesses, and I keep on forgetting the name of which was this business that 1MG acquired, the one that was doing medical tests. Vinayak, if you remember the name. Thyrocare, okay? Thyrocare again started as a very simple business. I mean, how simple a business can be about a medical testing lab, right? And then Thyrocare, grew up into 10,000 outlets. I think 1MG, if I'm not mistaken, acquired them for quite a large sum of money over there. So these are very, very simple businesses all around us. We don't need to kind of look for that great idea that that will probably somewhere around the corner, and I'm just going to wait for it. I don't think that should be there. The idea here is to try and tell you that look around, simple things in life, and there are like a million problems out there that needs to be solved, right? And technology will probably help you get there. A training, or a training in entrepreneurship will probably help you get there better. But what you have to do is the image that you see right now. It's a mountain. It is a mountain that you need to climb. And what happens is, dreams are good. Dreams are good to have. I mean, without dream, nothing would work. And what are dreams? What are dreams? Dreams are not that come when you are, asleep. Dreams are something that don't let you sleep at night, right? A very cliched statement everybody throws at you nowadays, part of it. But that is what I have always believed in. That without that dream, without getting that, that feeling of, that I am the guy who's going to do it, there cannot be a start to entrepreneurship. So if you have dreams, of course, perseverance is very important in my opinion. Why perseverance? Because you're going to get up. I mean, it's not that the climber of this hill will be able to reach the top at the first attempt, right? Nothing happened. We have been through life ourselves. We have failed, but we have, got up ourselves. We kind of said, okay, dusted off and said, okay, now I want to kind of. So perseverance is very important. What defines entrepreneurship to a certain extent very different from any other. So I want to kind of take it away from sports or say entertainment, where you want to become a movie star, and then you have this very inspiring story about say Shah Rukh Khan and how he did this stuff, or you want to talk about sports and Sachin Tendulkar and stuff like that. Dreams and perseverance are important there also, part of it, but I think the two things that really influence entrepreneurship or really make entrepreneurship slightly different from other areas of business is this being ability to empathize with what you want to do, and that amazing sense of curiosity that you need to develop, right? I mean, you need to be curious. You can't be sitting. See, I told you right now that I started, and Vinayak was very kind enough to tell me that I probably started in the age of COBOL, which is very right. Okay, when I did my engineering, COBOL was there for doing anything to do with business data and stuff like that. But I'm still curious. I get up in the morning and read about this ChatGPT-4, and that keeps on getting me excited about, oh wow, it's a technology, right? From so COBOL to ChatGPT is like, I don't know, a million generations of technology leaps kind of thing. So the quick takeaway on all the discussions that we have: opportunities are everywhere. One just needs to have a sense of looking at it, part of it, right? But what also one needs is empathy and curiosity. Why empathy? Anybody else? Why do you need to empathize with what do you want to do, part of it? Why do you need to empathize? What does the word empathy really, mean to you? Anyone here? Empathy. Okay, relating with the consumer helps, yeah, but relating to anyone helps, right? I mean, it's good that you also empathize uh, with your parents, for all that matter. Okay, see how much hard work they have put in bringing you up. We generally don't tend to do that. Yeah, keeping in someone else's shoes, walking in someone else's shoes, the ability to feel the cause. Yes, that's right. Okay, these are all definitions of empathy. I was more looking at why do you need to empathize? Why is it important for an entrepreneur to feel what his customer is feeling is at this moment right now? Is it important to understand the problem? Right, Kriti, you're right. Because if you don't step into somebody else's shoes, how the hell will you know? What else? Okay, empathy, in my opinion, is very important because if you don't feel like the customer or the target consumer, whatever you want to call it, the target guy who's going to be your ultimate guide that you're trying to help. Okay, if you don't feel that way, what would happen is over a period of time, you'd start distancing away from that problem and, think that, okay, I have already solved this problem and, I don't need to care about it any longer. Entrepreneurship is a continuous process. Okay, continuous process. It cannot stop by developing your first product and saying, okay, I did it, I'm good. So Bill Gates can go home and say, okay, I invented the DOS, I'm now going to be a multimillionaire, multi-billionaire kind of a guy. So you can't stop at that, right? You need to constantly feel what are the things that are going to change. So remember, I told you that I started internet in 1995. Okay, do you believe that between 1995 and what we are in 2023, has the internet undergone a huge amount of change? Of course, it has undergone a huge amount of change, right? And how would I know if I didn't use the internet, or if I didn't think like an internet user, if I didn't realize what the changes that internet was going through? Okay, so we will need to be constantly, and that is what curiosity. So curiosity and empathy are kind of interlinked, right? If you're not curious, you're never going to empathize, and if you can't empathize, you're never going to be curious about what it is. So we say probably dreams take perseverance, add a bit of empathy and a lot of curiosity, and this increases your chance of success. Okay, increases. It doesn't mean that you're going to be successful, right? In entrepreneurship, there is uh, no such thing as a guaranteed formula for success. Okay, so right now, okay, let's take a quick Mentimeter word cloud quiz, right? And Vinayak, will you help me do that, because I can uh, um,
Of
see one
course.
code out. Yeah.
Do you want me to help you share this? Do you want me to share the screen?
No, I can share the screen. That's not a
Okay,
big
okay.
deal. But
But I've shared
you,
a code in the chat which can be used.
yeah, but you need to also tell them what this whole thing about. A quick kind of, explain to
Okay.
them.
Of course, of course. So this is the first activity which we're following, and the question basically is, what question about entrepreneurship or your idea are you looking at getting answered while you're at here? So basically, what we want to know is, so you're here, everyone is here with us, and you want to, you have your aspirations of starting a business or starting a venture at some point. So what are the questions? What are your main doubts which you're searching, which you're looking the answer for, and basically, why are you here? That is the basic question. So, okay, is it? So I guess it's the different one. Sir, I guess you're sharing the different
Oh,
Mentimeter screen.
okay, okay,
This is the one
okay,
which comes in later on. This is the start page one.
okay. So, okay, so are okay. Sorry, Harshal is saying
This
I'm seeing three options.
Harshal, what three options are you looking at? So do you want me to share the screen because it's visible on mine now?
Yeah, you can do that.
Okay, so I'll share the screen. Is my screen visible?
Not yet. Yes.
Okay.
So I'm sure everybody has got Mentimeter downloaded on their.
Sir, they don't need to download it, but I guess
Okay.
you can look at the answers which are coming in.
And this is going to be very interesting.
Is the screen visible to you?
Ye- Yes, okay.
Yes. Maybe we can discuss the answers which we are giving. Preparing a budget. Entrepreneurship for PWD. And feasibility of the idea. Okay. Non-profit opportunities. Sir, is can non-profit be come under entrepreneurship?
Yes, of course. Why not?
Okay, then that's great. What to do after idea? So would you like to answer that?
What to do after an idea? Wow. Okay, that's good, because that's what the course is going to talk about. What to do after an idea. What else? How to do market survey. Okay, throw market surveys out of the windows. How to start groundwork. That's very important, because where do I get to start off with? What are the mistakes to avoid? Perfect. You should know what are the pitfalls to avoid, right? That's why we are here. And funds, of course, teams. These are very standard uh, things, that feasibility of idea. So the question of what to do after an idea, how to start grind work, what's the feasibility of an idea. Okay, I think they are all interrelated part of it. when to go for IP. Okay, we'll talk about when to go for IP, how to start, beginning. Okay, and what is it? Out ideas. Okay, sometimes okay, entrepreneur. What does entrepreneurship for PWD means? Okay, if somebody has put this and kind of want to explain part of it. Okay, right. So got the gist of it. I think these are very standard questions that I think anyone can have and anyone should have when they come into this session part of it, because there are so many things that one can really get started off with and get worried about also. Okay, so that is a typical problem. Just think about like a question with multiple choice answers where the multiple choices are multiples. Okay, so and you really don't know which one is it. So if it was three, like money, people, and technology, probably you would have chosen one. We just kept it very open-ended for the simple reason that we just wanted to kind of get you to share what is there on top of your mind. What does it come to when you get into a discussion like this on entrepreneurship part of it, right? And it is very good. So all those questions that you asked are relevant. None of them, I mean, there is no priority on, okay, is this question important or that question important? I don't want to get into grading those questions at this moment part of it. What I want to do is I want to try and tell you that there will be a method to this madness. Okay, there will be a method. So if you think that we're just going to kind of look at what all these questions and try to answer these questions, no, we'll kind of bucket them into a proper set of um, interactions. Okay, and as Vinayak rightly said, I'm the facilitator, so I'm not going to kind of teach you something, or I'm not going to kind of train you on something part of it. So these are two words scares the shit out of me sometimes, and say, oh my god, what am I doing out here trying to do that? So facilitation is a great word part of it. So this is where I think uh, we will move on part of it. So there will be in 9 sessions. Don't try to read the slide, doesn't make any sense at this moment in time. What is more important to you is the visual of a rocket at the end of session 9 part of it, right? So we want to kind of what does rocket signify for me? Rocket signifies not the power, not the speed, not the strength, not the the technology part of it. Everything is fine, but the rocket just doesn't take off till you light a fire at the bottom, right? And that is what this whole session is. It's not about you are the rocket, definitely, and you have all the potential, all the technology, all the power to rise to the, beyond the stratosphere and, get into outer space part of it. But it is here that we want to light that fire part of it. And we'll do it through 9 sessions. Don't worry. Don't try to read the slide. Okay. So these are but some of the things that you want to keep the thing at the end of the sessions, what you will be able to do, kind of things, right? Most importantly, I think at the end of the sessions, what I plan to achieve is to drop all those inhibitions, drop all those fears, drop all those negative thoughts, drop all those, oh, it is not for me kind of a thinking, and develop an entrepreneurial mindset. And believe me, okay, and I've been doing this for so many years. I've done an entrepreneurship and I've talked about entrepreneurship. I mean, thanks to the foundation, I've done it in probably 11 different countries across the globe, talking to different set of audiences. Okay. Entrepreneurship is a mindset, and if you do it and if you develop it, it's like swimming, right? I don't know how many of you know swimming or cycling for that matter. It's just a skill, and once you get over that fear that you're not going to drown in a swimming pool, or you get over that fear that you're not going to fall off a bicycle because it has got only 2 wheels and not 4. Okay, once you get out of that mindset, I don't think you will ever fall while cycling. Okay, you may cycle slow. There might be some roads that are uphill, and you may end up you may get tired because you have not cycled for a long period of time. Same thing is with swimming, right? Once you take that fear out that you're not going to be sinking because you're in a water and your feet is not touching the ground, once that fear is gone, then you can swim. You may not be a world-class swimmer, you may not win the Olympic medals, doesn't mind, but what you will have is you'll be able to swim, and that is that ability, that's that confidence that we plan to build over here. Of course, we are going to talk about entrepreneurship, so this session is not about feel good things in entrepreneurship. We are going to talk about different techniques that we are going to use. We are going to talk about a very important concept called as a product market fit, and why that is going to be important part of it. We're going to talk about teams. Somebody mentioned teams out over here. Financial feasibility. Like I said right at the beginning, I'm not taking money off the table, but at the same time, I'm not giving money the undue importance that some people or some thought processors want to give it, that I'll get money and I'll everything will get sorted out part of it, right? And we will kind of make sure that you have a business ready. We'll make sure that you at least are able to evaluate if your business is ready for the launch. Okay, I know it's a very tall order. You'll say, what is this? You're talking big stuff, but remember that rocket, right? And lighting that fire at the bottom of the rocket is my job out here. So we are here today, session 1, exploring the exciting world of startups. Exciting, why I say, and not the word fascinating. Exciting also has a small element of fear, which is good. How many of you, had that small, butterflies in the stomach kind of a thing when, when you went for an exam, or when you went for an interview, or when you even went for your first date, right? I mean, that small feeling, that thing that happens, growling that happens in the stomach is good. Keep that. That is what will keep you sharp. That is what will keep you focused part of it, right? So these are the sessions out here. We are here at session 1. I think tomorrow we will be doing the session 2, which is, I think, very important for all you guys, that how do I validate my startup idea that I have over here. You may have ideas, you may not have ideas, but learning about the technique doesn't stop. Okay. So come tomorrow and we are going to talk about these ideas. We'll probably also get a small chance to, see what kind of ideas that you have over here. Okay. So these are the sessions. These are typically the dates that we have kind of quite, quickly tweaked it to some holidays and some schedules that we talk about. So you and I are going to be here, and Vinayak is going to be here at least till the end of April out over here. Okay. So let's talk about the Vadhwani Foundation mission. Okay. And who do we have here in this thing? Anybody that can, want to take a lead and talk about? Sunita, you want to chip in?
I think she's joined as a participant, and I don't know if she has the opportunity to speak right now, or
Okay,
not the opportunity, but the technical ability.
okay, fair enough, fair enough, fair enough. So I will kind of brand lead this discussion. So is the site available? I mean, visible, right? Okay, Vadhwani Foundation function.
Yes, sir, the site is absolutely visible.
Fantastic. So let me take some time. I think we need to know, we owe it to the foundation to understand what its mission is and why is it important for us to, have you over here, and why is it important for us to kind of do this. Vadhwani Foundation.
I'm sorry for
Yeah.
cutting in, sir. So, did you want to open the site or the PPT? Because the PPT is back again.
No,
So,
I am just showing you the slide.
the slide, right? Not the website. Okay, then it's okay.
Not the website, not the, is the slide
Okay.
visible, right?
Yeah, the slide is visible. Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, Romesh Wadhwani, an amazing entrepreneur, a beacon of light in this world. We owe a lot to him. You should look him up if you don't know about him. A very inspiring life story, starting as a student at IIT Bombay, doing his PhD in the US, setting up an amazing organization out there. So I'm not going to talk about Ramesh's life story, and this for everyone to go out and read it for yourself. I'm going to talk about the foundation's mission. Okay, the foundation very strongly believes that the way to change lives, okay, the way to change lives, anybody lives in this person, is by creating jobs. Okay, jobs are the most important thing that you can do in this country. Of course, you can say clean water is also important. Plastic, poverty, everything is important. Fair enough. I think not saying that, but along with those, creating jobs or jobs is also right up there at the top in this country today. That is very important for us, and not even in the country. We're talking about the whole world at this moment of time, right? So the basic foundation is how do we create jobs? How do we change lives? But how do we do this on a impact? Why do we do it on a large scale, on a global scale? Okay, so it's not about creating a few jobs in Bangalore or a few hundred jobs in India. We want to talk about creating jobs across the globe, and that is what the foundation is doing. One of the ways that we're there, and the reasons that you are here is through entrepreneurship. Of course, there are various other initiatives of the foundation that you can go to the Wadhwani Foundation website, wfglobal.org, and check out for yourself as to what does the foundation done. But part of it, so we are here as part of one of the initiatives called as the Wadhwani Entrepreneur. Okay, we have 3 fundamental programs. We are part of one program which is called as the Think Startup. It's a very basic, kind of very, very introduction to entrepreneurship kind of a program that we have right now. But then it is open for all. So we have some students over here, some not so students, some grown-ups and not so grown-ups also onto this program. So it is, age and gender and, education agnostic kind of a program, because we want to introduce entrepreneurship to everyone. Then there's an Ignite program that's primarily for, students on the campus, to get them to, start their first enterprise. And Romesh started his first enterprise while as a student at IIT Bombay campus, right? So he strongly believes that the best way to start entrepreneurship is to do something when you're still studying, okay? And of course, then there is a lift-off program that basically powers the startup if you have already started up, right up to the seed capital level. So there is a process that we do. It's a combination of, knowledge plus giving an opportunity plus, kind of pushing you to move towards raising your first capital kind of a thing. Okay. So let's make the most of this question. Request everyone. Today I'm doing a lot of talking. I'm sure, you don't want this to be the norm that I do all the talking and you don't get to ask. So participate, ask questions. Most importantly, attend all the sessions. Okay, all sessions are dovetailed, right? So section 1 goes into session 2, and then session 2 goes into session 3. So you need to be very careful. You can't miss out on a session. Difficult to catch up on this part of it. Some sessions will have post session work. And most important is reach out. If you feel that there is a challenge, you can't understand, you didn't do it, you couldn't kind of catch up with it, please reach out and seek help for this program. Okay. So let's take a quick thing into today's session over here. And this session is about, entrepreneurial mindset, which we talked about briefly. Why do startups succeed or fail? I think you need to get some sense of what happens, why things goes wrong. Is there a secret sauce? Is there like a magic formula that, probably Ritesh Agarwal of OYO has, or Vijay Shankar Sharma of, Paytm has, and I don't have it. So is there like a secret things? And what is the startup ecosystem all about, right? So let's start with the quiz. Any guesses? Anybody knows who these people are? Quickly write your answers. Very simplest question. I don't think, you can get any questions simpler than this. Who's the lady? Smiling lady. Sundar Pichai, everybody knows. Yes, Ananya, thank you. Who else? Indra. Okay, Indra, Satya, and Sundar. Wow, Nipen, you're on first name terms with these guys. Love you. Okay, Indra Nui. Indra Nui was chairperson, first lady woman chairperson of a multi-billion dollar organization, Pepsi. Satya Nadella, the boy from Manipal Institute of Technology, probably the most important tech executive in the world today. Sundar Pichai, IIT Kharagpur, and then, Google, and kind of completely taken Google to the next level out there, right? Very simple to kind of guess, and I think all of us know about this. But most importantly is, who are these guys? Who are these guys? Ritesh Agarwal, yes. Shraddha Sharma, fantastic. Sudhanshu is a great. The third one is a slight tough, right? Come on. The prize is for the third one. No guess? Okay. How many of you heard of a company called Healthify Me? Hint for the third one. Yes, Sudhanshu, I've just given. Healthify Me founder. Now, of course, you can all Google and find out that it is Tushar Vashisht, right? Okay, Tushar Vashisht, right? Why is it that it becomes difficult that, sometimes we know the obvious names, but when it comes to someone around us, we kind of tend to think like, but of course, I don't blame you guys. Tushar is not somebody who's often in the news to kind of be there so that you're able to recognize him. Probably he's not going to be on Shark Tank season 3. Let me tell you that much part of it. Amazing entrepreneur. Why I love him? Because probably I used Healthify Me myself, and the kind of experience that it gives is amazing. It made me curious, kind of, to look up Tushar Vashisht and see Tushar Vashisht. You know. UPenn, I think he did his masters from UPenn, and then came back to India in 2007 on an amazing mission. He came here to help, the government launch its Aadhaar card initiative. Okay, so he was one of the very early members of the Aadhaar card, UIDAI, as we unique identity, whatever, of India as an organization, came back on a mission, right? Nobody generally does that. You don't go back. If you're in the US doing extremely well as an investment banker, you don't come back and say, okay, let me dedicate my life to develop something for the government, because we don't know. We have this small thing about government must not be doing something well. So look up Tushar Vashisht, Healthify Me, amazing product. Shraddha Sharma, love her for what the work she does. She's the one who gave voice to thousands and thousands of entrepreneurs who were never heard of, made them mainstream it. Bad thing is that she started in 2008, when it was not even fashionable to talk about entrepreneurship, and she stuck to it by first writing simple blogs and then, taking this whole thing. Your story is very famous today, but that journey has taken about 12, 14 years. Ritesh Agarwal, boy prodigy. Okay, Peter Thiel, scholarship, $1 million to start off with, starts off as an 18, 19-year-old guy. Today is a legend. A small tragedy in his house, in his family a couple of days back. So let's all keep him in our prayers at this moment over here. Okay, so these are some of the entrepreneurs that I think we should look up to, not get fascinated by what they have done for their startup, but also get to learn as to how did they get up over there. So what is common to all these guys, and what do they think that they share? They are basically problem solvers, okay, and they are innovators, and they have all pledged to make the world a better place. Okay, that is very important. Why problem solving? What is the problem Shraddha Sharma solved? Probably she found that there was a huge problem that entrepreneurs didn't get a voice to speak about part of it, and she thought that it was very important. What was the problem that Ritesh was trying to solve? He found out that hotels in India are so bad that it's very difficult. You can't figure out which town, which hotel, which is good. People travel so much, and they are left at the mercy of this travel agents and booking agents, and they show great pictures of what the hotel is, and you end up. So he wanted to kind of bring a lot of standardization. He wanted to break that barrier between what the customer actually sees and what the customer gets when it comes to booking a room in a normal hotel anywhere in India for a common man part of it, right? And same thing is with Tushar part of it. He realized that Indians were eating unhealthy, and Indians were kind of having these problems because we just didn't care what we put into our mouth. We didn't care about what calories it was. We didn't care about, what it did to our bodies, part of it. And they all believed that whatever work they were doing, they were, putting an effort to make the world a much better. And that is the mindset, right? That's the mindset. That should be what you should be thinking about. Whatever I'm doing, will this make the world a better place? Okay. Not that whether I'm going to be a billionaire, I'm going to be featuring on the Forbes, or whatever. I'm going to be featuring on, some of the top magazines. I'm going to be interviewed on, on television and stuff like that. I'm going to be a billionaire. I'm going to buy a jet or a boat and a big house. That should not be there. The idea is, will the world be a better place? You have to ask this question: is the world better place? After Uber, yes. Is the world a better place after Zomato? Yes. I mean, we all love Zomato, right? We all love Swiggy. I mean, it's kind of changed the way, we kind of look at eating, or we even look at socializing, right? Today, part of it. So it's very exciting what this guys have been doing. Also, remember that this is an exciting time, and I'm going to talk about opportunities out there in our discussions. Why is it such an exciting time out there? But of course, there are challenges. We just had COVID, which was a big challenge and nobody had forecasted. There's a Ukraine war going on. There is this huge layoffs. I just read that Meta is planning to knock off another 10,000 jobs, and that's a huge thing, right? And Meta is just a bellwether, and I'm sure if Meta does it, there'll be other companies that will follow suit. So you can see another round of pink slips that are going to go around and be okay. But with all this expectation, there is also this very grim reality that I want you to kind of look at, right? 3 out of 4 startups fail. Okay. And when we say fail, it doesn't mean that they crash into the ground and then they explode and fail means they don't go anywhere. They don't go the place that the founder thought about. They don't go the kind of expectations that investors had, or even team members had. And there are various reasons for it. We are not kind of going to point a finger and say this is particularly a problem. Anybody want to take a quick guess? What's the number one reason for failure? I know it is too early in the day to kind of ask this question, but quick answer. I mean, what do you think? Giving up, Ananya? Yeah. Okay. Vinayak, do we have a Mentimeter vote for this?
Yes, sir. In fact, I'm sharing one right now.
Okay. So let's do a Mentimeter, right? Thanks, Vinayak. Okay, no dedication, right? Okay, let Mentimeter decide. Actually, exciting.
Yeah, I guess I've shared the wrong link. Let me just make sure of the link. It's the correct link. Yes, the last one is the correct link. You can use that.
Okay, use the second link that Vinayak
The
has
second link.
shared.
Yeah. First link is not working for some reason. The second link is.
Technology. Good one.
Sir, do you want me to share my screen, or
Yeah,
do you want to?
that'll be better. Yeah, that'll be better.
Okay, then I'll share the screen.
Lack of money,
Sir,
investment, all the usual suspects.
you will have to unshare your screen for me to share it.
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay. Is the screen visible?
Not yet. Okay, team effect, asset liability mismatch. Okay, which is like what I call is Dena Bank is more than Lena Bank. Team effort, lack of perseverance, knowing demand for product. Perseverance, yes. Perseverance, right? I mean, we've seen in the slide that, right? I mean, you need to kind of persevere to do this. Fantastic. Hard bank. What is this? Hard bank. Okay. Team effect. Anything else? Street smartness. Okay, lack of street smartness, I assume. Hard work. Sudhir Damija says hard work, hard work. Hard work, Sudhir. Everybody puts in hard work. I don't think entrepreneurs uh, kind of are frivolous, or they kind of uh, waste their time, part of it. Okay, mixing up of objectives and sustainability, right? Okay, assets, liabilities. Okay, fair enough. So, Vinayak, you can stop this. I got a general gist of what a lack of focus. Kshitija states it's a lack of focus. Possible. Okay. Okay. So, some of the top reasons. Don't think that this is a complete list of things that wrong, but some of, given our experience, given my experience as a mentor now, as an investor now, you know. I don't again want to grade this and say, okay, this is the number one problem. If I were to give, I mean, if you were to put a gun on my head and say, okay, so tell us one important reason why, startups fail, I would call it teams, incompatible teams, or something that happens, it's like I always say it's like the Indian cricket team, right? I mean, we have a bunch of great players, right? We could have easily won this particular test series, right? We could have done it. We didn't need New Zealand to beat Sri Lanka to reach the, World Cup finals, right? We could have done it ourselves. We had won the first two matches very decisively. And then I think somewhere down the line we said, okay, we have done two, no, easy, we can easily do the third one. And then kind of, everything went down. So, I mean, whenever I say team, and I'm going to use cricket because very iconic. I love it personally. I'm very passionate about it. I think most people get cricket as an example. So I'll try and use some of the things. So, incompatible teams, I would not say incompatible, but something's missing. Some magic is missing. That, of course, there are other things like, you fall in love with your product. You make a product first and then go look out for customers. You get into a market which is so competitive that you're just kind of, nowhere out there, part of it. Unit economics again is very important. That how much does it cost you to make one unit? Okay, one. For example, let's assume if I have to make this, whatever, this cream or whatever it is, how much does it cost me to make one? How much will I sell it for? Will I make money? Or will I say, no, I'll not make money on the first 100. Let me not make money on the first 1,000. Let me, kind of let the customers buy it at a discount. And another very important thing that we see today is startups spend an awesome amount of time trying to chase investors and not customers. I mean, we see startups all the time preparing for pitches here, pitches there. I'm going to here, I'm talking to this investor. When are you going to talk to your customers? When are you going to talk to your team? When are you going to talk to, vendors and, build this whole thing part of it? So here are some of the top reasons out there. But what is important is sometimes, we also feel that not letting go at the right time, clinging on too hard for for something, beyond certain things, trying that thing that I want this to be so perfect, that's there, might also be one of the reasons why, start. So these are typical startup dreams. You think that, you're going to cycle and suddenly you're going to rocket, but this is what the reality is all about. Roads will be there, there'll be bridges you'll need to cross, there'll be oceans you'll need to cross, there'll be weathers you'll need to weather before that rocket really takes off, part of it. Okay, so never think that just because you have attended a program in Madhvani Foundation and now you got everything sorted out, that kind of going to get out over there. Okay, so where do I start? What do I do? How do I stay on track? This is very important. Okay, but important is the fact that everything can be learned. Okay, don't worry about it. This is where you and me, we will work together on this. Okay, Vinayak will be here with you. We'll have people from different experts come in probably and talk to you in some of the sessions. We'll get you to do a lot of support. We'll basically make you feel that you're not alone out there, but you are there as a part of an ecosystem. And believe me, that feeling I had in 1995, that I had to do all these things alone. I had to even find an office for my startup alone. I didn't know how to go and negotiate a rent agreement. I didn't know how to go and hire a people because I had worked in a large organization. Hiring was always done by somebody else. All the infrastructure was taken care by that organization. Here, I had to go out, buy, negotiate, buy my first computer, negotiate, get my first office rental done, hire my first employee. Okay, so that was a very, very lonely feeling. Exciting, no doubt about it. But if you ask me, will I go back and do it again? I don't think so. And why should I do it when I have organizations like the Vadhwani Foundation here who will help me with the ecosystem support? Okay, so let's keep the empathy and curiosity part of it. That brings us more or less to the close of this session. I know it slightly went overboard by about 4 minutes. Doesn't matter, but any questions? So Vinayak, what do we have now in terms of things to do?
Sir,
You need to walk them through the platform also, right?
yeah, I guess we have Sudhanshu here. Sudhanshu, will you be walking them through the platform, right? You'll be doing that.
We have
Yes, yes, Vinayak, I'll do. Just give me a minute.
So,
49 participants. That's very good.
that's, I guess, the highest we have yet. So, that's just
More
great.
power for everyone.
And sir, I think you should count 50 participants because even I am a student here.
Okay. So now your comic timing comes in place, Vinay.
Sir, I'm just grateful to be here.
Okay. So,
But
yeah, thank you. So let me stop sharing this, okay? Because Sudhanshu, I think you can come up with.
Yes, Raj, I'm sharing my screen. Just give me 10 seconds.
Okay, so next session, next thing, blah blah blah. Engage the community. Fair enough. Questions, comments. So, guys, let me stop the sharing, and I'm here. Okay, and now we have Sudhanshu here. Sudhanshu will kind of take you through how to use the platform. What do you do when the assignment comes in? How do we evaluate and stuff like that? So just hear him out, and I'm sure there'll be questions, and we'll be more than happy to, talk to you on this. Okay, Sudhanshu, all of
Yeah. Hey guys, can you see my screen? It will take some 10 seconds,
yes,
I
we
guess.
can see your screen.
Yes. So hello everyone. I mean, you guys have already joined this WN Think Startup Cohort 003. So this is how your home page is gonna look like when you sign into the portal. So first you have to go to this community section. We have just now posted a couple of polls here. So I would request each and every participant to open this window in another tab and go to the community section. You'll see these questions posted here in the form of poll. So you just have to select your options. Just give a thumbs up on the chat if you are able to navigate to this particular section. If any of you are facing any problem, do let me know. Vinayak, do read out if people are posting anything on the chat because I have opened this particular window on a full screen.
Of course, of course.
Guys, do give a thumbs up when you reach to community section of the page. So I'm assuming you have you're able to see these questions and these options. So start selecting your favorite options out of the mentioned ones. We have posted 4 questions by now, and all these responses are visible here. Sorry, options are visible here. So please select your favorite option out of these. So none of you have answered any of these questions yet. I can't see any such response here. I would request each of you to answer these questions. You simply have to select one option here. So let me read out this question for you. So how effective was this session in terms of introducing the world of startups and highlighting opportunities available to college students to launch their own startups? So there are a few options like not at all effective, slightly effective, moderately effective, very effective, extremely effective. So whichever you think is closest, you simply have to click on that option. The second question is, name the person who has inspired you the most till date, your role model, and mention who this person is to you. It could be your father, mother, teacher, neighbor, relative, friend, entrepreneur, mentor of yours, or anyone else. It could be a sports person or anybody. So you simply have to write your answer in this box. So for example, if I talk about my role model, so let me give you example. So my role model is Gary Vee. So I'm just posting my answer here. You simply have to type your answer here and you have to press on the comment button. Similarly, we have the other questions here. So just go through all these questions and answer these polls. So now moving to the other section, we have this My Journal section, which is going to be very useful for each of you. You simply have to go to the My Journal and you'll see these journal questions 1 and 2, which is going to be in front of you. So just click on your journal question 1. You'll see all these responses here, these polls question here as well. If you are not able to navigate to community section, you can answer from here as well. So you simply have to pick any of the quotes which best speaks about you today. So you have to vote on any of these available options. But request each of you to quickly go to the seminar session and go to the journal question number 1. So let me do one. I mean, let me fill one of the question on behalf of so that it will help you in understanding it. So, for example, if I talk about, so these are the options. Your time is limited. Don't waste it living someone else's life. This quote is quoted by Steve Jobs. Similarly, Abraham Lincoln, Gretzky, Narayan Murthy, they have their quotes are there. So you simply have to select any of these. So my personal favorite is your time is limited. Don't want it living someone else's life. So please answer it immediately. It will help us in tracking your progress. Now moving to the second general question. So this we have already covered in the polls. It's already there in the community section as well as here. So you can leave it here. You can answer it in the community section. So guys, it's a humble request. So after this feedback, so we are recording this feedback for this session. So you simply have to go to this feedback poll section, which is the point number 3 here. So how effective was this session in terms of introducing the world of startups and highlighting opportunities available to college students to launch their own startup? So you simply have to select any of these options. So there are these 5 options available here. So just simply click on it because this will help us in improving in near future. So once you are done from here, you will see this more button. So you have to click on it. You will find my resources here. So in my resources, you'll see this series overview, which has the entire brief of the upcoming sessions. So this has the series agenda starting from session number 1 to session 9, and what all things are available for you. So these are all those bullet points. So just go through it in your free time. Once you're done with from the session, just quickly go through all these sections. You'll see all these your facilitator's profile here. Then your moderator's profile is here. So just go through this particular section. So once you close this, you can move ahead to the session material section. So just click on it. You can expand this into a full screen as well. You have to click on this particular button. So once you click on it, you'll see it in a full screen. So here you will find all these details like agenda, your in-session resource. So here you will find your session recording. If any of you have joined this session a bit late, you missed the initial few minutes of the session, you'll find the session recording within 24 hours post the completion. This session is done. And remember one more thing, when your session participation is considered complete only if you have taken 80% or more of the online live session or completed during the session. You may miss via this recording. So please definitely go through all these recordings if you have missed any of these sessions. Then you'll find quick recap of the session here, and details of the upcoming session is also going to be there in this particular section. Then there are a few additional references as well. You will find a short video of Dr. Ramesh Wadhwani, who is the founder of Wadhwani Foundation. So these are just short with 3-4 minute short videos. So just go through these videos. These are very knowledgeable in terms of knowledge sharing. So these are some 4-5 small short videos. Please go through them as well. Then we have this take action section for you. So we have uploaded a GT test for you guys. So just click on this particular link, which is at the bottom of this page. It will direct you to the next page, and you have to then complete this GT test. So yeah, now I'm ending it. I would request Vinayak to take it up from here.
All right. I guess everyone understood how the platform works. And so before ending everything, I want to tell you that the platform is a wonderful opportunity for everyone to interact with each other and to network with each other. Because as Raj sir mentioned, it's really exciting times in the world because we get to interact with a lot of people who are doing something good. And Raj sir had to go out to find someone for their rental property. Maybe you can find someone for a rental on the platform. So that's how diverse the people here are. So yeah, make sure you use it nicely. And sir, there are 50 participants. And before ending the session, as we talked, can I have a short rapid fire round with you?
Okay, but if you give me a gift hamper, right?
I'll.
Sure, there has to be a gift hamper. It should be rapid.
I don't have a gift hamper. Maybe
I'll
students can.
take it from Smita. Yeah, I'll take it from Smita.
All right. I'll send you a gift hamper. Don't worry.
Okay.
By the last session.
I believe you. You look like a guy that can be believed.
Okay, so this rapid fire is just to make sure that the students get to know you better because they're going to spend 7 sessions with you after this. So the first question is, what was your first job? You can answer it in one line. You need to answer the questions in one line. What was your first?
Selling computers.
Selling computers.
Selling computers.
Okay. Next question. What did you want to be when you were a teenager?
Teenager, I wanted to be teenager, right? Teenager is like even 12, 13 is a teenager. Okay, I think all my life I dreamt about joining the armed forces, because something about the uniform fascinated me. And I even thought that, the guys, शादी में वो तो drum बजाने वाले होते हैं ना, the guys who play band baja, they also wear uniforms, right? So growing up, I used to think that these guys are some big guys from the army, and probably I want to be like them. Till my father kind of gave me one rap on the head and said, "You." So, confusion all the way. Don't worry.
Okay, that's great. So one more question: what is the most exciting technology right now for you?
For me, the most exciting technology is blockchain.
Blockchain. Okay, I thought
Mhm.
you'd say Chat GPT, but blockchain is
No, ChatGPT. One, let me be honest, it's not. I don't understand the technology. I mean, I know what ChatGPT can do, but somehow I'm not so familiar with what is under the hood. So maybe
okay.
that's it. And maybe I've
All
spent some time. So she talked about NFTs. Yeah, NFTs is one way, but I think blockchain fundamentally will go forward. I mean, it doesn't look so awesome right now and kind of things. I mean, most of the time, the problem with blockchain is it directly correlates to crypto, which
that's
again
true.
has a very wrong connotation in everybody's mind. But I think blockchain fundamentally is
It
super.
will democratize everything. But
Everything.
okay. So thank you for that. There will be four more questions. So we'll answer those quickly. So the
Okay.
next question is, if you were to be CEO of a company for one day, which company would you choose? Any company in the world,
In
any
in
startup.
today's world,
Yeah.
in today's world, probably a tough one. Yeah, you just got me uh, offhand. So I don't know. Everything looks. See, problem with me is I get excited about. I mean, I'm excited about something right now. You meet me at 9 o'clock, I'll get excited about something else. For me, excitement is a constant process right now. But at this moment, I think. I mean, if you can change the question and say which company really needs a good CEO, and like I
Okay.
could step in and do that, I think Facebook.
Facebook. Okay.
Okay.
I thought you'd say
Yeah.
Twitter.
No, Twitter is too messy a place. I don't want to get fired. In any case, I don't like Elon Musk. I mean, I like
Okay.
Elon Musk as an entrepreneur, but I don't like Elon Musk probably as a owner of a business which he has not founded. So he's always had a lousy
Okay.
reputation for that.
Okay, so I'll ask three more questions, and these are going to be quick ones. So you're interested in
Okay.
cricket. Who's your favorite cricketer? Who's your
Sunil
favorite
Gavaskar.
cricketer? Sunil Gavaskar. Okay, that's a brilliant choice. And two more questions. One, and I'll ask those questions together. So there are a lot of students here. One book you recommend to them, and one film that you recommend.
Startup Nation. A
Startup
book that I
Nation.
recommend everyone. Yeah, it's about the Israel startup ecosystem. I don't remember the author's name. The book is called as Startup
Okay.
Nation. It should be compulsory reading for everyone, whether you want to be an entrepreneur or not. It talks about how Israel transformed, and Israel is a phenomenal country, right? I mean, the kind of
Okay.
value add that they do is phenomenal. Okay, was a
Yes, sir.
related question?
The other was one film you'd recommend.
One film I would love everyone to see. Is that what you want to ask?
Yeah, one film you would want everyone.
Uh, I'm a big fan of Quentin Tarantino, and I've seen all the movies a million times, all to put together part of it. But some of those movies are not worth discussing out here. The one movie that I really like to watch every time that I don't have anything else to watch is called as The Big Short. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, Big
Brilliant film.
Shot and the Trial of Chicago 7 is also
Seven.
very close. Yeah, so that is
Uh,
that I think. I mean, if there's nothing else to watch, I just put on these movies. I mean, and in the
yeah,
Hindi movie category, I mean, I love Andaz Apna Apna. If you've seen that movie, it's a movie
I,
I
I,
watched
I
like
love
a
that film.
million. I
Yeah,
watched a million times, and I can watch another million times. Yeah, Dan
yes.
Senor, right, Sudhanshu? Dan Senor is one of the authors for Startup
Okay.
Nation.
So this was it, everyone. This was the rapid fire. Thank you very much, sir.
Saurabh has a
Good.
question. I think
Any
he's
views
trying
on
to
the
ask.
book
Yeah, yeah.
Zero to One by Thiel. It's a great
Peter
book.
Thiel.
Peter Thiel, I love Peter Thiel. I love him. I not only love him for the, I think what he's done is he's compressed all his years of experience, and of course he's been a brilliant guy himself. Not only as an investor, but also as a co-founder PayPal and stuff like that. But he's compiled everything into a very nice. See that's the beauty, right? That's the beauty of when you try to put a lot of complex things into very something that everybody can. So I love the book Zero to One, and I love Peter Thiel.
All right, sir. I have to say you have amazing choice in films. And the film I would recommend everyone is for startups. I believe is 12 Angry Men. It can really teach them how to
Yeah, I
negotiate.
mean, there's a Hindi version of it called as Ek Ruka Hua Faisla. So I thought that the Hindi version was better executed than the English one, but everybody has a
Okay.
choice of what
So
they
I'll
watch.
check out the Hindi version. But thank you very much for the participating.
Thank you, thank you, Vinayak,
Uh-huh.
thank you, Sudhanshu, and love
Yeah.
all the 40 and
So
50
I'll take
plus
another
potential.
30 seconds just to inform the participants that tomorrow we have the second session of this series, Ideas and Opportunity Validation. You will receive all the details over the email. It's going to start at the same time, 7 p.m. So hoping to see all of you tomorrow for the session.
So I guess we can end it here. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, sir, for being
Thank you,
here. Thank you,
everyone.
Sudhanshu.